William Powell made marriage appear enjoyable in his role as Nick Charles, half of the crime-fighting team Nick and Nora. When the two got together to do what they do best, they looked immaculately put together. Their depiction of marriage was so blissful and convincing, fans began to consult them on marriage issues. But join Facts First as we take you on the journey of how William Powell felt terribly ill after losing his soulmate. Powell, for one, didn't enjoy so much of a long, happy marriage until after he had exhausted his youthfulness. His first two marriages failed, and he suffered the worst heartbreak of his life with the death of Jean Harlow. However, he eventually found light at the end of his marriage tunnel during the final decades of his life. His first marriage was to actress Eileen Wilson, with whom he had William David Powell, his only son. William was 23 years old when he married Eileen, who was 19. Their marriage lasted 15 years before they both called it quits. He attributed his decision to end things with Eileen to noticing that the playboys and playgirls he was surrounded by seemed happy, although they were single. On the other hand, he was more lonely despite being married. Almost a year after getting divorced from Eileen, William soon found his heart beating insanely hard for Carole Lombard, who was an actress like his ex-wife. The two first met on the set of Man of the World and soon found delight in each other's company. Lombard had been a longtime admirer of Powell for his good looks and acting talents. Before long, their friendship turned into long dinner dates, and that escalated into pure desire. On June 6, 1931, they became officially married at Lombard's home in Beverly Hills. But the demands of their careers in Hollywood caused long separations, and the pair amiably divorced after less than 3 years. Despite their deep affection, they realized they were best suited as friends. While it's rare to see a divorced couple become close friends, Powell and Lombard made it look relatively easy. So easy that two appeared in a romantic movie together, playing the lead roles 3 years after their divorce. They teamed up again on screen in 1936's screwball comedy My Man Godfrey. That collaboration earned them Academy Award nominations. Jean Harlow was born initially as Harlean Carpenter and is known as the blonde bombshell who paved the way for other blonde bombshells in Hollywood today. Both Jean and William were raised in Kansas City but didn't know each other until they met in Hollywood. Speculations about Jean and William Powell entered the atmosphere during 1934. They were both cast in Reckless in 1935. Powell's character Ned falls madly in love with Mona, Harlow's character. Initially, Joan Crawford was cast to play Mona, but the production company decided to cast Harlow to ride on the excitement over the Powell-Harlow hype. In the trailer, the couple is referred to as Hollywood's most talked-about couple. In the movie, Ned follows his heart and asks Mona to marry him. He buys her a ring, but later reads in the news that Mona had eloped with her lover. The catastrophe of heartbreak sets in, and Ned becomes devastated to the point that he starts drinking. Harlow had already made a name for herself in Hollywood before they met. In 1933, she appeared as the sultry blonde movie star Lola Burns in the pre-code film Bombshell. The character has to deal with the responsibilities of being an on-screen sex goddess and a movie vamp, including dealing with a parasitic family. Coincidentally or not, some of the movie's themes resonated with Harlow's own experiences. At age 23, Harlow had been married 3 times before meeting Powell in 1934. With each passing day, the public's interest in their love story grew stronger. The media pounced on any public display of affection, and the couple seemed to be the subject of unending fascination. Before we tell you more, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Fans couldn't believe their eyes when they saw Harlow's finger adorned with a large, flashy, and beautiful ring featuring a 152-carat star sapphire and a few tiny diamonds. It sparked a new level of debate in the press. People close to her claimed it was a gift from her mother, while fans of the stars interpreted it as a sign of their devotion. Most of the time, they remained vague when it came to the ring, only grinning when prompted. Powell downplayed the controversy by telling a reporter the diamond ring was actually a gift from Jean's mother. In addition, Powell had a bracelet made especially for her, with charms depicting her 2 Persian cats. Media coverage of their romance was so intense, they lost all privacy in their daily routines. Documentation of everything they did and saw was fed to the masses, who only craved more. Like the media, Harlow yearned to be with Powell. The only problem was she was still married. Suggestions that Harlow and Powell might run away together were about as steamy as it got for this couple. According to a late 1936 newspaper tidbit, they were, quote, shopping for kitchen equipment in Santa Barbara, 100 miles from Hollywood. Harlow eventually got divorced in 1945 from her husband. Just when everyone thought Harlow's divorce would finally allow her to have a relationship with Powell, another obstacle appeared. An amendment to the contract she signed with MGM prohibited her from marrying Powell. Since they were both signed to MGM, they were powerless in their efforts to find true love. Harlow gained a reputation as a prominent sex symbol in Hollywood, and since she was signed to MGM, keeping her as a sex symbol became their top priority. MGM decided it would be best if she never got married for the foreseeable future, since a wife couldn't be a bombshell. The Powell-Harlow love story worsened when Harlow fell sick while filming Saratoga in 1937. Her pain and vomiting were misdiagnosed by a studio doctor as flu-related, when in fact they were more serious. Her illness became so serious it ended up claiming her life. She passed away unexpectedly at age 26 in 1937 due to cerebral swelling caused by extreme kidney failure. While her death caused a great shock to the Hollywood community, Powell suffered the worst part of it. When Harlow died, Powell was plunged into a deep depression and a period of physical and emotional exhaustion. Following the funeral, he withdrew into seclusion. He was so distraught he felt ill. His ill health was determined to have been caused by rectal cancer. Surgery and experimental radiation therapy helped him recover from the disease within 2 years. Over the course of a year, due to his health and grief over Jean's death, Powell did not appear in any films. However, he did find love again with Diana Lewis, an actress. It happened that Lewis and Powell were both signed by MGM and attended a Beverly Hills luncheon with Mayer and other Hollywood royalty. The two got acquainted and established a bond. From then on, Powell called her Mousie whenever he saw her because she reminded him of a little mouse. They traveled to Palm Springs for the weekend to stay at the Desert Inn not long after meeting. During their weekend away, Powell proposed, and in 1940 they got married in Las Vegas. After the ceremony, Lewis became known as Mousie Powell. In 1941, they drove to Palm Springs to spend a few days, but ended up staying for months. They had discovered the perfect spot to combine work and recreation. They moved there permanently when William retired in 1955. Now it's time to hear from you. What was the most surprising part of this story? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content. By the way, if you haven't joined Facts First as a member yet, be sure to look below this video and click the join button. By becoming a paid member of Facts First, you'll get access to exclusive video content that you won't find anywhere else. This includes some of our more mature content that isn't suitable for public audiences, which includes topics like Hollywood actresses who posed for Playboy and some of the steamiest moments in movie history. Plus, you can enjoy these videos completely ad-free. Our biggest fans will notice they also get badges next to their name when they leave comments on our videos. We pay special attention to comments from our members, and so do other viewers. So if you want exclusive content from Facts First or inside access to discussions with other community members, click the join button to get started for just $4.99.